such a nowhere town, waiting for the darkness to come down. Watch the streetlights glowing in the chilled atmosphere, early in the autumn of the year. Through the closeted market door limps an ordinary woman, nothing more. Down there beside me, put her bags upon the ground and said, 63 winters in this town. 63 winters of my life, a child, a girl, a worker and a wife, a factory girl, a mother, I don't know why, but 63 winters in this town. She said she wasn't one to make a fuss with the tiny pension they robbed from us. Means you're watching every penny for weeks and months and years. In her eyes I could see the tears. 63 winters of my life, a child, a girl, a worker and a wife, a factory girl, a mother, I don't know why, but 63 winters in this town. Left for me, on the death of my dreams and fantasies. It seems so far to travel, and we're always looking down. 63 winters in this town. 63 winters of my life, a child, a girl, a worker and a wife, a factory girl, a mother, I don't know why, but 63 winters in this town. 63 winters of my life, a child, a girl, a worker and a wife, a factory girl, a mother, I don't know why, but 63 winters in this town. 63 winters in this town.
So, hello and welcome to the 5th episode of Smedley's podcast. Here I have with me Jeanette Howell. Say hello.
Hello, Paul. Hello.
And we are. You've just heard us sing 63 winters. We just get into the interview, and I'm going to ask her, how did you start getting into drama?
When I was at Bell College a long time ago, we did a play called Endgame by Samuel Beckett, the Irish playwright Samuel Beckett, which was my first really venture into drama. Yeah.
Well, I heard Samuel Beckett was involved in the Second World War and the French Resistance.
I believe he was. I think he won the Croix de Guerre. I think he was awarded that after for his work as a runner in the French Resistance. Yeah.
So it sounds very brave man.
Yeah, indeed.
I can imagine having to escape the Gestapo and such.
Nearly got caught a few times, I believe.
So, how did you find your time at Glasgow University when you were doing drama there?
So I went from Bell College to Glasgow, as you said, to do English and drama. It was quite taxing as a working class girl from the east end of Glasgow. Suddenly plunged into
You had the grant system then?
We did, that because my dad had died quite a bit before, so my mother was on widow's benefits, and there was no way that she could have funded me to go to university. I got funded through the fabulous grant system and through working, as most working class students still do, have to work as well as study.
it's a big loss, the current system. Oh,
really terrible. Although I must say, it is, having loads of experience in England, it is a lot better in Scotland than it is in England. But yes, we do need much more funding, and let's hope the Scottish Government does that. It gets into much more funding for our students to allow anybody who wants to, who's able to study at university.
Yeah, I think you're right. So, you spent 30 years working in Manchester. How did you find that?
I did, yeah. Manchester's a great city. It's got a lot of, good socialist roots and stuff like that, and good revolutionary roots to it. And great folk scene, where we have our sort of modern, industrial, political folk songs. Lots of people writing them about working class lives, which is great. And I was involved in community theatre earlier on, but like most women, my job took over, and caring for bringing up a child took over.
Just reminded me Tilly Olsen's Silences.
Yes.
That's a good book to
absolutely.
To repair the ages to.
Absolutely, which women's voices are silent. Yeah.
Also, who would be influenced you around about the time in the songwriting and stuff?
Songwriting, it's probably Ewan McCall, really, and then there's his great, songs about working class lives. Also, somebody called Frankie Armstrong. She's a female songwriter, beautiful singer and songwriter, and Leon Rosselson, Richard Thompson, I suppose. It's a great, tells you how to write songs, maybe not particularly political, but they're fabulously composed, well written songs.
It's important. We were going on to more modern times and what's happening now, and you're involved in the campaign for Waspies.
I am, Waspie Scotland, which is Waspie is about women against state pension inequality. I came back to Glasgow, I was about 55, thinking, well, I knew by then right enough, but thinking that 5 more years would have been great, and then if you can fully retire at 60 with your state pension. But of course that was removed from us, and we now have, because we had equality all our life. I can't really remember it, but similarly we had equality all our life, so we have to have equality with the pensions. But to me, I thought, I'll get my pension, I can retire, and then I can concentrate on stuff that I've always wanted to do, like art and theatre and singing and songwriting, etc. And I'm in a better position than a lot of other Waspies who absolutely cannot do what they want to do because they are really in a terrible financial situation where they have to keep in jobs that they're not fit for anymore. But for me, it's not just about us pensioners and the robbing of the National Insurance Fund that was done to pay off the bankers. It's not just about that. It's also, for me, all working class people, I would like to see a basic income, universal income paid to everybody, so that people can decide, do you know what, I'm just going to work part-time, and then I'm going to concentrate on my music, my art, my writing, my drama, whatever you want to do. Because right now it's kind of closed off to a lot of people, art, because they have to earn a living and it takes over so much of their life, especially if women are still mainly the carers and all those stuff that they do. It takes over their life and they don't get a chance to do. And art is, involvement in art for me and for a lot of people, whatever kind of art you want to get involved in, poetry, whatever it is, for a lot of people it is that self-actualisation, and that's kind of cut off for the massive majority of people that have to just concentrate on earning their living, doing jobs that many of them don't want to do, don't like doing. That basic income to everybody gives us all dignity. We don't have to go through some crazy assessment procedure or whatever it is to get your benefits, just a basic income for everybody, and you got a bit more of a choice, and the country would be better for it, because then we'd all benefit with more art and more ordinary stories being told, like you said, ordinary working class stories, ordinary women's stories, whatever it happens to be.
So well, that moves us nicely on to the last question we've got here, but maybe have a few follow-ups. What do you think about the art funding in Glasgow for drama and such?
I had a little bit of experience of it. I tried to get funding for, well, the first play I didn't try and get any funding. Me and my main actress self-financed it, Sisters Theatre Company. We took a play called Migrant Sisters, talking about what was happening to migrants in the country, to Edinburgh. It cost us a fortune. It's no cheaper if you're a Scottish-based theatre company. It's no cheaper if you have to get any money or anything like that. It's just the same price. And Edinburgh Fringe to me has become a complete money-making system, and also it's only open really to people with money now, and that's a sad thing. But I'm not alone there. I think a few working class theatre companies feel the same about that, and it's a shame. And then moved on to do a play about WASPy called Vicious, also about austerity cuts. 130,000. I read a book called The Violence of Austerity, and it's in that book, well-researched academic book. It said 130,000 people at least have died as a direct result of austerity policies. So my play was vicious. It's a vicious attack on us, vicious attack on losing our pension, vicious attack on people with disabilities, vicious attack on homelessness, and a whole range of different stuff that's been happening.
We need more plays like that.
I would say so, and that was ordinary voices, hopefully, ordinary voices put out, and I tried to get funding for that. It wasn't possible through Creative Scotland, I think, because I didn't know the system enough. But that's not right. It shouldn't be. It should be about the power of your play and what's it, who is it expressing its message to, etc. And the fact that I had a professional theatre company who were willing to put it on, a working class theatre company, ordinary poor kids put themselves through university to do drama, but well experienced, well professionally do it, and yet we got no funding whatsoever. And then we self-financed it, put it on, really a good success. Independent reviews said it was really successful. We tried again to get funding to tour it, because again, this is relevant to 4 million people in the UK. An awful lot of women in Scotland also are really affected by this. But again, we weren't able to get funding. Creative Scotland did come back and say they are so short of funding, and I think that's true. I've heard that a lot of what we used to have is arts funding in Scotland has gone down to England. But overall, the whole country has been cut. And of course, where is it cut from? It's not cut from prestigious art projects. It's cut from projects that are going to be on the bottom up projects. Yeah. Professional musicians, professional theatre companies, but still, no chance. And it especially seems to be, for me, I think, working class stories that again are silenced, like you said,
Yes, it's been a theme of our podcast, and marginalisation, working class writing.
Yes, absolutely.
It's part of that.
Yeah, and we get marginalised because we have to earn a living. We do not have mommy or daddy somewhere sending us an allowance. We have to earn a living, so we have time limited. And funding is essential for us to be able to put the voices out there. And the play was really well responded to by the working class, mainly women in the audiences. There was a few which was bring your own bottle, and they were particularly successful. Is what they were shouting out from the audience, going, "Too right, that's right, that's my story, tell it in." And I was like, "Looking great, that's exactly so. That's exactly what you want. That's exactly what you want." It was very well received. But so we're doing another play, hopefully with your permission, Paul, which you've given.
But we're Jeanette's working on a reworking of Freddie's Classway play. I felt like Freddie would have liked to be brought up to date because he was always topical, and Jeanette's going to try and bring it up to the modern times.
It's a great play though, reading it. It's so well done. It's Chris Evie, story of John McLean, beautiful in red, and it's a great play. Because sadly, it was performed in 1979, got a
French First
Award, amazing, fabulous play, really beautifully written. He's got so much in there, but sadly, it is still
true today. Well, I mean, he's making lots of comments about John McClane saying, and then he's also saying it's the same stuff, and the warmongering and the whole put down of the working class and the homelessness and we're still got it now, you know.
There's a wee dictum saying the more things change, the more things stay the same.
That's it.
Yeah,
and there's a lot of great like working class poets that I've come across in Glasgow, and musicians who I think would love to be involved in doing this.
I think Crassy Fay was a big influence on a lot of people that generation.
Yeah, definitely.
And Wildcat was, but there was a working class theatre.
Yeah, there was 784. That's it.
Yeah.
When we did the Waspy play Vicious, Horsehead Theatre, Caroline Lewis, the director, she loved 784. That's what she would love to be, the new, more female orientated 784. And her lecturer, drama lecturer, came to see the play, and she said to her, "You are now 784." And that was amazing. We were just like, wow, that's what we want to do. That's exactly. And I now think 784, if it was in the current market, because it is a market now in plays, it's like, is it a product? Is it a consumable product? In the current market, I think they wouldn't be able to. They wouldn't have got on.
They're trying to make everything a brand.
Yeah, everything's a bloody brand. That's it. If you're not doing, let's try, the Marxist version of Cats. You probably get funding for that, as long as you left off that it was Marxist.
Yeah. So, well, we want to struggle for funding for this, but we'll do our best.
We'll try.
We'll report back to people here that listen to us, what's going on, as we get important news. Well. Thanks we'll leave it at the moment for that, and thanks very much for doing this podcast with me.
That's great. Thank you very much, Paul, for asking.
And pop a song.
Take my falls. Here there may be no climbing up the walls, down to the dark deeps, but I feel no strain. You and your hiring cannot see the pain. Break my fall, break my fall. For the sake of kindness, let life see the brightness. Break my fall. Innocent and stumbling through the plot, from what looked like just a blooded spot. I fell through what seemed a thin crack, lost, surviving, wounded, creeping back. Break my fall, break my fall. For the sake of kindness, let life see the brightness. Break my fall. So cruel to such without a pause, but it's only the effect and not the cause. Resurrection's just another road has been. If stumbling wills it into being. Break my fall, break my fall. For the sake of kindness, let life see the brightness. Break my fall.
So that was a song sung by Jeanette called Monster from her play Vicious, about the cuts and how they're destroying lives and causing more people to send more people towards damaging behaviour. So Jeanette, how you find things in Glasgow now you're back?
I came back about 5 years ago, just before the referendum for independence, which sadly we lost, but hopefully we'll get the next one. And Glasgow was been amazing to be back and living here, and the politics and my politics, the art that I've been involved in the new John McLean 100 Society, which has been great for meeting people of a similar persuasion to myself, and Ruby McCann and Jim Ferguson's literary club. It's the music, the poetry, the art of people here is it's so well done, so clever, so spot on in terms of the voices, you know, for me, of ordinary people. It's an amazing area. I believe it's the whole west of Scotland for art.
But noticing that myself in Glasgow, that there's partly because perhaps after so much long-term unemployment and people got themselves trained in the arts more, and there's more musicians that are really good and professional from all genres, and jazz, folk, K-pop, you name it.
Definitely. It's a great, rich, and they're dead supportive of each other, ground roots supportive of each other. You know, no money there, but they're dead supportive and helpful to help you develop your skills and stuff like that. It's really great, and that's what I said. Coming back to in the song, coming back to Red Clydeside, we've got a place in the Gorbals where my mother was born, and she had her first 3 children here, overlooking the Clyde, the Red Clydeside, and it's got a whole history of it, and we still seem to be you know, pushing that Red Clydeside. There's still a good movement here for it, hopefully for independence.
Let's hope.
Yeah.
I think we'll go on to one of my favourite songs that just turned, not too recently, but it's become one of my favourites, and that's called
Thank you very much.
This our Red City. Red
River.
Sorry about that. Red River.
Music by Hugh Stewart. Yeah. I wrote the words.
Right, here we go. Right, cheers. Thank you. And
Came back to Red Clydeside just before the vote to regain what was lost from some Bank of England notes. A harbour with passion and enthusiastic youth who could hear the river calling and the beautiful truth. Raise a cheer for our Red River in this country of the north, with its green glacial valleys, its hills and its lochs. And it's in this river city that I can feel the hope for a better way of life for ordinary folk. Red ran the Clyde, many murdered for the few, tobacco lords and slavers, but opposition grew. Hardy, Shinwell, Crawford and McLean stood for their class. Jimmy Reed said we were human and better than the rats. Raise a cheer for our Red River in this country of the north, in its green glacial valleys, its hills and its lochs. And it's in this river city that I can feel the hope for a better way of life for ordinary folk. Again, there are rulers hide down in the south, take sticks to your back and a gag for your mouth. Fools sell out and squander what was hard fought and won. The Clyde has seen the pain, she's seen what's been done. Raise a cheer for our Red River in this country of the north, with its green glacial valleys, its hills and its lochs. And it's in this river city that I can feel the hope for a better way of life for ordinary folk. The Clyde runs through the centuries, she's steady and she's fast, sees the future, hopes for better than our melancholy past. Through our great city, out to free, she flows. For those who can listen, sings our story as she goes. Raise a cheer for our Red River in this country of the north, with its green glacial valleys, its hills and its lochs. And it's in this river city that I can feel the hope for a better way of life for ordinary folk. Raise a cheer for our Red River in this country of the north, with its green glacial valleys, its hills and its lochs. And it's in this river city that I can feel the hope for a better way of life for ordinary folk.